knowing that God might have different plans for her, and those will always be better. That's how we must be. We must hold on our dreams and plans, not with a fist clenched, but opening our hands like this and letting God take them. We should give our plans and our dreams to God with an open hand, allowing Him to put it back in our hands if it's really from Him, and in His timing. Or take it. Or take it. If that's what He wants to do. And put instead His better plan, His better dream, that will bring you more peace, joy, and fulfillment than you can imagine. And I am proof of this.
Amen.
My life is. I had a dream I was going to be married and have kids before I was 30. I had a dream I was going to be this Christian singer. I had this beautiful, amazing plan. I thought it was such a great plan. And to me, that is where the most amount of joy was going to come in my relationship with God and serving God through all this. Through being a mom, a wife, and a singer. But God had a better plan. None of that is happening now, and now I'm almost 35, and none of that has happened. But so much better has happened for my personal life. It's God's calling for other people to be married and have children before they're 30, but that just wasn't God's calling for my life.
Amen. That's right.
And so I can tell you that I am experiencing now more peace, joy, contentment, and purpose. Way more than what I imagined I would experience with my great plans. God's plans are so much better. They are so much better. But I could not see it when I received that prophecy. I could only believe and trust God.
Amen.
I didn't understand. I didn't get it. But I believed and trusted God, and that's all that God asks for. He's only asking for humility, to trust Him like a child. Amen?
Amen.
So Peter, we're going to go to Matthew 16:21. From then on, Jesus began to tell His disciples plainly that it was necessary for Him to go to Jerusalem and that He would suffer many terrible things at the hands of the elders, the leading priests, and the teachers. He would be killed, but on the third day He would be raised from the dead. But Peter took Him aside and began to reprimand Him for saying such things. "Heaven forbid, Lord," he said, "this will never happen to you." Jesus turned to Peter and said, "Get away from me, Satan. You are a dangerous trap to me. You are seeing things merely from a human point of view, not from God's." Then Jesus said to His disciples, "If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way. Take up your cross and follow me. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it." So Jesus chose Peter to be His close disciple. Actually, Jesus chose Peter to be the rock that the church is built upon, to be the leader of the first church, to be the lead apostle. And so Jesus has told Peter this. Jesus has brought him in close. He is a chosen one, and there's so much love that Jesus has for him, and Peter has so much love for Jesus. All right? And then all of a sudden, after all of this, all of a sudden, one day, Jesus says to him, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a dangerous trap to me." Imagine hearing that. Imagine being Peter. How did you feel? He was just delivering a true prophetic word. It was a sharp, correcting, prophetic word. Peter, you're letting the devil use you right now. You have an open door. You're missing humility right now because you're supposed to see me as Lord, as your teacher, prophet, and Lord. And so if I say I must do this, I must go on the cross, a humble person says, "Okay, I don't get it, but okay." They don't question. Then they don't say, "No, that can't happen." If you think about it, it's really prideful of Peter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can feel in your heart, "I don't want this to happen," but the proper thing to do is to ask Jesus, what do you mean?
Yeah.
This sounds horrible. Can you expand? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I share that with you so you can understand why Jesus says such strong words. That was pride in Peter in the moment. And because Jesus is 100% God, 100% human, it wasn't easy for Jesus to go to the cross. He was sweating blood at one point, as he could envision the torture, the torment, you know? And so since he was 100% man, that was a temptation in the moment for Peter to say, this can't happen. That's a temptation to Jesus. Because he's 100% man. He went through temptations, but he overcame them all.
Yes.
But he knows what it's like to have temptation. So anyways, that's why it was so serious. That's why Peter was a vessel of the enemy in that moment. And he was a dangerous trap. And he says to Peter, you were thinking of things in the human way and not in the spirit. So he's correcting him. He's saying, you need to go in the spirit more, Peter. You need to grow more. You need to be more humble. You need to not be quick to speak what you're thinking, how you're feeling, because you're letting the enemy use you right now by just being quick to speak. So the Father corrects those he loves. Amen?
Amen.
So Jesus was lovingly, sharply correcting Peter with this strong prophetic word. But how would you receive it if Jesus said to you, get behind me, Satan, you're a dangerous trap? How would you feel in your heart? Some people may not have responded how Peter did. What did Peter do? We don't see Peter doing anything. We don't see Peter protesting. We don't see Peter leaving Jesus. We don't see Peter talking back to Jesus. That prophetic word made Peter. It didn't break him, it made him. Because the prophetic word always instills the fear of God. It corrects you. It makes you see how you are wrong. So it humbles you if you let it. It wakes you up if you let it. It wakes you up from your pride and your selfishness, your ego, your selfish ambition. It wakes you up. Wakes you up to see God sees you in your evil ways in your heart. He sees your intentions. He sees your motives. The prophetic word opens your eyes to see God sees it all. What are you doing? Why are you trying to fool God? This is gross. This is wicked. Come on.